Bro broke the game. We're chilling right now. Alright, we're not chilling. Oops. I never clicked the purging staff. You jinxed it. It's okay, it's the first kill. Very first kill of the stream. Never mind. Yep, that's what you get. It's okay though. It's the very first Yama. I don't really expect it to go any other way. Nah, you're good. You're good. I realized I messed up when I didn't click the umbrella. I was like, something's off. And then of course I misclicked the tile and supposed to manually run on. So. Weird way to have fun? I mean, it's like difficult content, so... This is difficult content for most people. I mean, it's difficult for me, I obviously die a lot. Why? Slash. There you go. A little sloppy, but... Is it worth even with dust, assuming you never die in regular Yama? No, absolutely not. The whole point is, to get to the point it's worth, is not worth it. But I want to get there anyway, if that makes sense. The amount of work it takes for this to be worth it is not worth it. But you can say that for a lot of things, right? So, You could say like grinding out prims isn't worth your time because you can just stay on D-boots for the rest of your life. Because the DPS gain that you would get from Primordials, for example, is not that much more, but I just need to get so good at this boss that I never die, if that makes sense, and then it's worth it. And it's about the journey to get there. Wait, I'm not even paying attention right now. This guy. That's how I feel about doing 600s in Toa, yeah. I don't know. Are 600s ever worth? See, the thing is, like, they probably are, actually, but I don't know. Like, let's say you have 100% clear rate in those versus 500. Are they better than 500s? I'm sure they're better than 500s, actually, so. Like, if you were max and you're clearing 600s in, like, what is it, 37 minutes or faster? I know his fast is, like, 33 minutes, but... No, I'm saying, like, theoretically, if you were max, who... I think his PB is like 33 minutes or something in a 600. Is it worth it? If you were, I don't know, always playing like that. Yo, how's it going, Rando? I'm sure you guys have seen the crazy Squidward meme. That's where we're at right now. It's not about whether it's worth, it's about the message. Not about the money, it's about sending a message. Yeah, I figured like 600 probably aren't worth, but you never know. Just like, technically doing Awaken Leviathan is never worth it for money, right? Because it costs an orbit. To be fair, for a really long time, people thought, like, doing anything higher than 400 wasn't going to be really worth it for Toa, but that became wrong so fast. It's like, yeah, you're kind of technically... A lot of people think you're trolling, you're not doing 500s. Is this worth it if I go for 200 mil attack? Then yes. Absolutely. This is an investment into my future, you know? If I just get really good at this, then maybe I'm cracked for Raids 4, and then I make billions off Raids 4. Race 4 is RNG unless they added a move system. True. Really? You miss those? But they definitely won't. They, you know, they won't do an invo system. You know they won't. People hate it. I'm still on the hot take that I think the invo system is good. It's just they have not done anything good with it. Like, the system itself is fine. They should have just planned it out a lot more before they made it. The way they have the invo set up right now is, like, terrible. I mean, the fact that, like, boss HP and stuff scales with it, too, it's like, eh. It should just be, like, mechanics, skill expression. Less about the HP stacking, you know? But yeah, I have like 300 something of these Bloodied glows. Somewhere in the mid 300s, yeah. 355? We're getting there. What? That was a pull down there? That's impressive. Your OG Coliseum guide. Hold on, I can't read the rest right now. I'm trying to not die to judge. Helping me get my quiver. Now I'm top away from GM. Ooh. Good luck, good luck. I don't have enough spec. I think my rapid heal heals me. The goat? Yo, how's it going, Luke? What up, my guy? We're chilling right now. Grinding melee bloodied blows, yeah. Oh, some money. Getting that attack XP up, you know? Yo, how's it going, Daily Shorts? Is this min-max as far as it can be, or the dead ticks you could fill? There are dead ticks I can fill, but I'm not really sure how to go about it in every single scenario, because the dead ticks I can fill are basically from like Port Gazart's No Fly, where you can do scythes depending on which rotation it is. Not that big of a deal anyway. I'm not even sure if it's better DPS than Emberlight, even with the tick. I think it is, but I'm not too sure of how Bloodied Blows interacts with the Scythe Max hits. And then the one that's bigger and like much more important, I'm not too sure how to min-max this one, and I haven't really put much thought because it's probably a lot of work, is the Varying Waves. There's no Varying Waves when you're doing regular Yama, so it's very easy to do like a simulation to just like min-max those ticks. But in the contracted versions, the waves can be, you know, left, right, center, and the left and right ones are one tick behind. So you would kind of have to analyze which waves you got. The first one is always in the middle, though. I'm guessing is that if it's like left or right, you can probably maybe pick the other side. So if it's like left, maybe you go right, or if it's right, you go left. And then you probably do a hit, and then I don't know if you know how some like Godfly cycles, they'll save a tick by like hitting and then running through one side of the wave, and then running through the other side. So it's like hit Yama and then like go left, or like hit Yama then go right. It might be something like that to like fill those ticks. Because if you're always dodging down the center, very rarely you'll lose some ticks. You'll probably lose like 1 in 12 ticks or something, I don't know. Maybe it's less than that. And ask how come you're doing the contract till Greenlock, not just normal, because it's more fun this way, basically. If the boss isn't threatening my life at every single moment, I'm not having fun. If you aren't dying, it's good, yeah. That's the hard part. Like, I missed ticks there, but that's more a skill issue. I messed up my switches a bit there. Or maybe not my switches, my clicks there. Like, we greed those ticks, for sure. I think I lost one there. I wasn't really counting ticks, to be honest. Actually, I want a fashionable finish. Tick eat this. The tick eat was a fix, because I was gonna die. A little bit of an error. Fixed by the good old tick eat. If I really wanted to make this like super efficient, This would I would probably change the Burning Claws for like an Ancient God Sword, so I can use less food. Blood Fury switch mayhaps, I don't know. I do want to be 1 HP for phase 1, phase 2 always, but maybe like Ancient God Sword into Locator Orb. That would set me at 15, which is pretty nice. That way I don't have to use as much food. Maybe some Eldridges on the judges, something like that, after the BGS. And then the worst thing ever, Prayer Flaking, but I don't really want to do any of that. I'd rather bank and cut some efficiency. Tunnel Giga Chad, hello, hello. Oh my god, I'm bad. I thought it was over there. I'm just reading my tiles there. My limps state. Just got whacked by a Bardorvis, right? It's messed up. Guessing Oath Helm is because you're leveling attack. See, the thing is, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. When I initially did my calcs, Oath Plate Helm is better for Bloodied blows. Because getting the extra max hits isn't as valuable as hitting, considering every single time you hit, you get your minimum hit. So you can't rely on like a traditional DPS calculator, you have to do all the calcs yourself. But the calcs are pretty easy to hit. It's like, you have to find out what your minimum hit is at 1 HP. And then you just need to check your accuracy and then multiply, and that's your DPS. For Bloodied blows. But I think Alter is better than Bellator, even with that in mind. Just because you lose way too many max hits. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe Torva is, better, especially because P3 you're not always like 1 HP, right? So. I do know that aggressive and accurate are both 64 anyway. But I think you also need to be on aggressive with Torva Helm, if I'm not mistaken, to get the max hit benefit anyway, and I don't want to be on aggressive because I do need to train attack. Oh my god, I was wearing my ancestral legs the whole time. Bloodied blows guarantees max burn, yeah. That's a bit of a weird one tier too. That means you actually have to wait it out, yeah. It's an interesting spec, because you want to... If you hit one, you just like hold the other until you wait, and wait. Technically, if I want... It's really annoying to use, but did you know the actual best special attack for Bloodied Blows is actually the Volatile Staff for Phase 1 and 2? If you consume the Fire Glyph in like the very beginning and use it, I don't like doing it because it turns off your freaking autocast, but if you do it that way, you guaranteed to hit like 110, which is kind of crazy. It's not guaranteed, you have to pass accuracy, but accuracy is pretty high. But if you pass accuracy, you just insta hit like 110, that's kind of nice. I was wondering if Dark Bow might be the best finisher, but I haven't tested it. Because although obviously Yama's strong against ranged, Dark Bow is guaranteed to hit and has a minimum hit of 8 normally. But I wonder if the minimum hit would actually be like 45-45. Dark Bow does have guaranteed accuracy on this spec, so it might be better than Chally. Chally is like 30% and it can hit like 100. 120 or 132, something like that. But the accuracy is like 66% per roll compared to Dark Bow's 100%. Is it real 100% accuracy? That's the thing I haven't like tested. Or if it's like, yeah, if you just miss, you just hit a, I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's 100% accuracy, right? And it just rolls to minimum. It'd be kind of strange if it worked differently. Who knows? I don't put the spaghetti in the system. Oh my god, I'm old. Are you tick eating the melee hits? Yeah. Can't lose ticks, you know? Gotta tick eat. What? Terrible game. SMH. Won't give me the satisfaction of the stylish finish. I could bring up Void Waker for the very last hit, but it doesn't look as good as the BGS. Why are you doing it this way? Because it's more fun. Regular Yama, you know, it's a little sleeper. It doesn't threaten your life. It's a little slow. You gotta do a lot of phase 1, phase 2, you know. But with this, I could be always doing phase 3 basically. Okay, maybe not always, but I could do a lot more phase 3. Yes. And he's threatening my life. I know a lot of people like to play RuneScape to chill out. I'm quite the reverse. Oh, lost 2 damage. Except when I'm doing like Colosseum Inferno, I'll chill there. I'll just pray mage. Those are fun. Those are fun to do incorrectly. Like there, I should do a side fill. It's fine. Big money in the bank. Look how fast it is. Like, how could you not have fun? Solo Yamas for like 3.5 minutes? This is great. All you need to do is never die. Apparently you get an extra 30 drain. Orin, do you mean at P3 you can drain again? I was actually wondering that question because the wiki says P3 is max drain is 102, really? In contracts or just in general? Oh, if max drain is 102, that has to be worth it. That's good tech. Thank you for letting me know. I'll double beach, you know. I'll do a few double beach kills to start. I thought phase. Okay, so max drain. If max drain is 102, I'm gonna give that a try and see how it feels. That could be a big difference. Bro's doing contracts with the love of the game. It's true. If you think about it, if I don't die, I only need one Bloodied Blows contract, right? I'm guessing that's probably worth it, because accuracy is a really big deal in Bloodied Blows. Hey guys, I have one more beach to go right now. Gearscape. Yeah, I think Gearscape is generally pretty accurate. Thank you for letting me know. That is good tech. That actually might be like a really big difference on my kill speed. Because Burning Claws are already only barely worth it. The burn isn't 100% proc, which is obviously like a big deal. Don't need to tick eat there. You saw me drag my Guthix Rest. That was intentional so I can save the dose of Guthix Rest if he doesn't melee, because he doesn't melee at 100%. I am really greeting a 600 HP Guthix Rest dose. 700 HP actually. I don't know why I ate that early. Could have done a few hits first. with your setup accurate oath, it says it saves 13 seconds, but it's gonna be less than that considering you're wasting ticks on the BGS and not getting the claw spec. The claw spec isn't that much better than Emberlight, to be honest. So I think it'll be worth it. But I'll do a few task kills. Oh, and we instantly missed one of our beaches anyway. Might not be worth it going into phase 2, but I'll do it anyway. Messed up. I shouldn't have redempted so early. Not a big deal, I think. That kill was not promising, but we'll keep trying it. Oh no. on the slow side. Is it for fun? Fun and yeah. Technically, I can get it to the point it's sufficient. Look at this juicy attack XP per hour. 293k. It has the unique loot roll. Uniques, and you can still get shards and dossiers. And forgotten lockboxes. So basically all the good money. You need worms? Well. It's over. What can you do? Oh, what the hell? Any caster? I need to remember the double beige in the beginning. Have you done the pet contract? No, not yet. I don't know if I ever will. This is too fun. Why do the pet contract when I could do thousands of these instead? I think I lost a tick right here. May have different takes on fun. Look, Yama is not threatening your life. Are you having fun? Max drain is 102. Yeah, then I should probably drain 102. Never lucky. I guess the rate of me missing the second beach is not that unheard of. It's like 280% rolls, so I can't really complain too much. Just trains. That's very interesting. Sounds like it's like half the effect almost. Not halved because that's not how the math works, but. Second one drains from 203 to 140. What? That's crazy. It's fine, I missed all my beaches anyway. Anecdotally? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Beach just sucks. You had a 1 drain on 72. Wait, that's so bad, actually. That's actually really good information. Thank you very much for this information. I mean, it sounds like I should just use a percent drain instead. Because a percent drain would be much more consistent in that case. Yo, how's it going, Ruscapo? Okay, so let me do... I'll try no beach. Maybe we'll do some Ember Lights. I guess I don't really need it. Why don't you farm oath contracts? This is more fun. Oh, you think I'm gonna pray mage and just mage camp? Ew. We'll do some Ember Lights kills and see how that goes. Alright. I've seen enough. Wait, did I just hit a 1? No, I hit a 63, okay. It goes Ember Light has hit once. If I were to do Oath Plate contracts, I would be doing a lot of Worm contracts. I'm telling you that right now to try to figure out how to melee it. Am I willing to do that right now? Not yet. I like this. Oh shit, I need to step on this. Think of the BGS or true. A Curse Scepter is also 15%, right? I wonder what the hit rate of a Curse Scepter is. That means, what, 3 Ember Lights is the best one? One drain on 72 is hella cringe. I've been using BGS for hundreds of kills. No. My alt. Sorry, wrong stream. Oh wait, I'm below 6. No. Oops. The stylish finishing blow has killed me twice with Deers. I don't think it's that Deers though. Not Mr. 1 billion Coliseum Deers. Alligator. Whoa. Whoa. Dang, I just told my friend I've been watching you for hours waiting for you to die. Hours? I've only been streaming for 1 hour. Began last night. Fair enough. I have been doing pretty good on not dying. Sort of. Now I'm depressed knowing that my BGS isn't draining 72. Nothing made me sadder today. wonder if I should bring in a Curceptor, for real though. That means I need percent drains. Bro. Please. Can't do me like this. Or maybe Emberlight's ass. Little stretch. I think that means 3 Ember Lights is best, but sometimes you'll just miss. Smuggling a horn spec? Oh yeah, that could be a thing. I'm too lazy to get an ult for this though. I'm gonna try just Emberlight specs for a while, see how that goes. Gotta hope you roll high. If I want the PB, yeah. Oh my. Dude, the Emberlight specs suck though. Beatrice is probably still better than Emberlight. If I had to guess. I already have a thrall, whatever. I keep missing the leg switch for some reason. Yeah, maybe BGS is still better. Amberlight's terrible. I've never had a 421. That's so bad. I guess we'll just launch 2 Beegis and hope they roll high. I haven't really messed with the commands, by the way, since like Doom. No, they're old. Yeah, I think I'll just do the previous setup and just do 2 Beegis, and then I'm not gonna check what they hit, obviously, and just go send it. So there's potential. Could you sacrifice a contract and bring NPC examine for a kill? Yeah, I'll do one. I'll sacrifice one. Lunar, right? So, what do you need? Cosmics, lunars, like airs or something? No. Mind. Okay. Yeah, I'll sacrifice one. So. So you want me to basically just start to kill BGS and then monster examine? Oh, hold on, I need a combat pot. Yo, how's it going, Jinzo? Oh, got chance turn. There you go. Does that help? Okay. What was I doing? What am I missing here? Oh, the locator. How's it going, VVO Mena? Doing extremely great, my brother. That's good. Oh my god. Good chat. Yeah, I'm out of here. I was in your DM a couple days ago about Mage Tank Inferno. In the end, after 6 Inferno tries and first Zuck ever, I've done it. Got the Infernal Cape. How about yourself? Doing pretty good. Congratulations on the Infernal Cape, of course. You have your NPC indicator setting somewhere? Yeah, right here. Ignore all the billion monster names. We got these at the top. And then these right here. And that's pretty much it. That's everything you need. I use that instead of the better NPC highlight. Yeah, I don't really use better NPC highlight too much. I think I have a few NPCs with better NPC, but not for most of them. That always gets me when I'm like playing slow for the fireballs. Is there a good setup that utilizes Masori FT bow while using Sight for my first quiver grind? Not one of mine, but yes, that's very common. Like using a setup like that. That's just like a normal normal Coliseum run. You could just look up like any like speedrunner setup and then pretty much copy that, because that's pretty much what they run. Masori with Scythe. I'm sure if you type in like Coliseum world record, you'll basically find the setup you'll want. And then what I would do is maybe take off the Venator ring, because I know a lot of people use Venator ring. And Masori Helm, maybe just don't take those two and then you're chilling. You just run that for your first quiver. Bro, how do you do this contract while looking at chat? You just gotta have a really big ego. And then, yeah, it all works out. See? You even go for the stylish finisher. I mean, I'm sure I died reading chat compared to if I was like locked in, but you kind of want to be a little bit relaxed when you go for content. You can't be nervous. You know, you got to be able to read chat. Why would I stream it if I couldn't read chat? You know what I'm saying? You think I would take a break to read chat? That is so uninteractive of the streamer if I'm not reading chat. That's rude. I always panic a lot when there's friends on me while also praying against enemies in the south of me. Yeah, that's pretty much like, you just described the entirety of like why Coliseum is hard. Okay, I guess to reward this, I panic a lot when there's double south and dealing with friends. That's, you didn't have anything. Listen, that's just like how the Coliseum is. That's like that's why it's hard, right? So what you need to know is that like while you do your run over to the northwest pillar, you always have time to kill the melee Fremi before any manticores charge up. That's like the #1 rule, is that you can always kill the melee before manticore charges up. That's probably my first tip. If you're using a Venator bow and like something that's capable of one-shotting the melee, let's say an Eldritch or Shadow or whatever, I mean, even if you like double Ayak it, you still have enough time to click Venator with well enough time. Then you can technically like get your click the last range Fremi in time too, like while the Manticore's shooting you, but I just recommend you kill the first 2 Fremis at least the melee, and the major before, and then pray against the Manticore if it's on you. And then click the range room and you're chilling. Then from there you can figure it out. Also, don't forget, like, you can rotate to the north side of the pillar. Like, you go for whichever side is easier while you're dealing with Frems, if that makes sense. And then you go for the south, south guys. Yeah, if Fremies didn't exist, Colosseum would probably have, like, a way higher clear rate. I didn't click fast enough, I trolled. Without Fremies, Colosseum is really not that hard, to be honest. Unless they, like, removed spawn fixing, you know, like you standing in a certain tile and monsters can't spawn within a certain range of you. Unless they remove that. Oh, huge lag. What the hell was that lag? That was crazy. 24% loss? 20% loss. Maybe it wasn't me then. Yeah, like also maybe way for you about Fremies. I mean, the Quiver's not the only reason I did the Colosseum. I do it because I like fighting, so I mean, that's fine. I'll just ask, I was just addressing Fremies specifically. There's not really like a good setup. You just need to practice. Every setup deals with it differently. Sometimes I'll play on my friend's group, Iron Man, and I'll do some Colosseum on it. And his account, I have to use Blowpipe for the mage Fremy, and it's awful, but it's like a low-level GIM, and it didn't have Blood Fury for a really long time, so I would basically just have to Blowpipe 3 times. But I would actually, because he didn't have Blood Fury, I would use Blood Fury spec. It was actually really good sustain. Blowpipe on Fremy is surprisingly really good for sustain. There's also the, I don't know how well it works with Misori. There's kind of like a weird tech you can do. Let me test it after this Yama kill. It's a little illegal. Let me see if I can find it. You do want to be in a range setup to do it though. And let me finish this Yama and let me go into a Colosseum. Here's where they go for Mage Inferno. That's a good question. I wonder what it's even gonna look like. You're gonna have to nerf Shadow. Apparently they have, in like some random comment, they already have the Shadow nerf, like what they're gonna do to it planned. But they haven't released yet. They want to wait till after Raids 4 or something like that. I don't know, maybe it's cap. I'm trolling. Misclicked. Should take my time more with that one, actually. You're okay with the value dropping further? I mean, it depends on what the nerf looks like. We obviously don't know what the nerf looks like. Someone's like, some of the Reddit threads were like, oh, all we gotta do is buff the base stats and then remove the X3, X4 multiplier. I was like, so you want full Justiciar Shadow? Is that, because that's what you're gonna end up getting if you do that. Like, that's not what you want. Don't worry, don't do that. Alright, I want to see. I've never tried it with like a full range setup. Let's see what this looks like. Sorry, I'm poor. I don't have Rupture yet. I only have 1.4 bill. I just haven't bothered to buy it. I wonder if this works. Dragon. We'll do Sapphires, doesn't matter. I want to try this. I never tried it in Masori. This is the... I mean, I know a lot of people already know about this deck, but some people don't. But I never tried it in Masori. Let's see. I don't really care about the ring. It's fine. If it requires a ring, it might be too much. Maybe it needs Buckler, but I would rather not do Buckler. Right, where's the major? Boom! New tech. Hey, if the major's in the middle, I think all three die, by the way. But that's the problem why it's kind of cheesy. Let me do it again. That tech is hilarious. If the major's in the middle, he just dies. Everyone just explodes. Is it RNG which one the major's in, or is he always to the side? Poor Melior never stood a chance. Look at him. Oh yeah, maybe you can do that consistently. Yeah, you're right. Maybe if you like run against the pillar, you just I don't know. I don't think it's consistent, but we'll try. Let's try. Let's see. Secret technology. Don't need to deal with frenemies. You send. I mean, at the same time, the thing is, you're in range gear here, so like, it's not. If you're a noob, you want to be tanky, but you'd be kind of like a weird noob. What the hell? Where are you going, bro? Oh, one shot the wrong one. See, I let the Berserker alive. That's no bueno. Hey Ronald, where would you rank Soul Heredit as a boss fight compared to the other boss fights you fought in gaming? Other boss fights I fought in gaming? I think he's a well-designed boss, yeah. That's what you're wanting to know. I do think he's well-designed. I would say he is... solid 8 out of 10. There's not that many bosses that, like... are amazing to me, to be honest. I think probably like the most well-designed boss fight I like is from probably some of the Lost Ark fights. Although the game itself is kind of trash with like their microtransaction systems and party finder. Like, I think Volton in Lost Ark is probably my favorite boss fight. He's very simple. He's like a little minotaur. Dark Souls. I've only played Elden Ring, so no, I've not played Dark Souls. Not many bosses really wowed me from Elden Ring, so... Elden Ring was my first Souls-like, and I was like, eh. Not many of the fights really wowed me, to be honest. It might be a bit of a hot take. I didn't think the game was that amazing. I thought it was good, but I don't think it was like glaze worthy. If that makes sense. I haven't played any other Souls-like since. I guess Crucible Knight is pretty good. It's pretty. I think he's like very fun. Where's the Bloodhound Knight? The one with the shield and the tail. No, I think that's Crucible Knight. First few months of Lost Ark was really fun, yeah. I left the game because there's a lot of gatekeeping for raids that frankly were a lot easier than needed gatekeeping. People gate kept in that game so hard, it's crazy. Crucible Knight and rock my shit, yeah. He's fun. I like playing parry. You know, like so him being a very parryable boss was my main reason for liking Crucible Knight the most. Although I did like trying to parry some of the weirder bosses, like the Godskin as well. He has like a really weird parry animation. I played Sekiro. I only played a little bit of it. I honestly think I would really enjoy Sekiro. But I haven't put like enough time to like really get into it. There was like a beginner boss when I was first playing the game that was rocking me, and the run was like 45 seconds, and I was like, yeah, I don't really want to though. It wasn't like a village. I died like 3 times to it, and I was like, man, the run to this boss kind of sucks. And then I stopped playing. That was like my experience with it. Probably just me being like a bit of a baby, but yeah, that was like a big reason for me not wanting to continue the game. Like if I had to learn Phosani's and there was no teleport back, I was like, oh my god, I would not really enjoy the game. I need to buy more Aether runes. Hi, Mr. Slasher. Mr. What's the FromSoft talk? I've been playing Bloodborne recently and it's peak. Yeah, I assume Bloodborne's good. It has the dodge is like a quick step, right? That's what I heard. It's more like quick step. What? Where are my other runes? Boom. Never lucky. Thanks to your Warcry Inferno and Colosseum guys, I was able to get both cape slots. Even learned to do Colosseum semi-properly. Congratulations. It's always good when I hear people, they're like, oh yeah, I cheesed it, but then I started doing it regularly afterwards. I'm like, nice. I think just having the mental load of like, yeah, the first cape is done helps people just like actually do the content. Inferno's dog shit, don't want to step in there again. Just do it. Like if you need Slayer XP, I'm just saying, just mage tank on task. It's fine, it's chill, it's a big chillin'. 99 already? Oh, well. Probably 1 on task. You don't need to learn how to play properly, honestly, for the TBH. Just do it on task. Same setup. Try one. Come on, come on. If you get a Zuck task, you just gotta try it once. I'm the drug dealer Dare warned you about. Each tank is fairly slow when you're trying to go fast, yeah. But it's definitely more than enough for sub 65, to be fair. And you gotta admit, like, the prospect of getting to ignore the mechanics is kind of great. You can blame Jagex for making it sub 65 and not, like, sub 60 or sub 55. But why do you camp 1 HP? Because it's Bloodied blows. Could have died there. I didn't even realize what to take late. You gotta be low HP to get your minimum damage up. Oops. Bloody Blows is a very specific contract. There's like a lot of reasons you have to be 1 HP. You don't have to be 1 HP, but like you really should be. Basically, if you're lower HP, your minimum hit is higher. But the thing is, later on, like you could just do a really slow Yama with that in mind. But later on, you aren't guaranteed to max Void Flares anymore. So what you need to do is to keep your HP low enough that your minimum hit is above the threshold needed to kill the Void Flares, which is why you basically need to be like really low HP. Either that or you 2-hit the Void Flares. What do you need for green light? I need legs and pet. That click bomb is crazy. The tip of his axe. Yeah, I think sub 65 was good when you were an Armadillo. But now that we have way better gear, it's kind of like meh. And this is before people started like doing scythe switches, I guess, too. Like when people just camp range, I think sub 65 was pretty impressive. But now it's like with Masori, just do a regular run on task and it's chilling. Why Bloody Blow specifically? Because you kill the boss really fast. That's like 90% of the reason. It's much more fun than the other contracts. I think it's the most fun fight that Yama offers. One, because you're low HP. Like, it's very exciting. Being on the brink of death. It is better uniques than normal if I don't die. Big asterisk if I don't die. What? The BGS misses there? Rude. Forfeits. You think Jags will ever release a new Toa stats post changes? Are they releasing new Toa stats post changes? What do you mean? What do you mean new Toa stats? You mean like drops? People doing 400s? People doing 500s? What do you mean by new Toa stats? It's like impossible to convince people to do anything above a 400 without a Fang. I'm not even above a 400. Above like a 300. I was on the Ironscape subreddit today because I like to browse there. They're like, oh, 400 without a Fangs. I mean, with a black hair sounds miserable. I'm like, that's like a 30-minute raid. It's not that bad. No flicking or anything. You're just big chilling. But people just don't want to believe it. Mage tank Yama? I do have the gear for it right here. Full mage gear, full melee tank gear. I could mage tank it. Might be a Arcan Blade instead of B Claws. That. I don't know about that. But why? The built-in like 5%. The Demon Bane property in the Burning Claws helps a lot, even though it's very little. Nice. Some more dossiers. 331, not bad. In like 30 more kills, the majority of my Yama will be Bloodied blows, which is kind of sick. I'm gonna look at that calc right after this kill. There's more KPH than regular solos, yeah. You kill it a lot faster. Accuracy is much higher Varkin. I wonder if that's an actual cook. It's a 50% spec though, right? Oh, we're getting 30%. Ooh. It's kind of sick. Yeah, the Burning Claw's accuracy leaves a lot to be desired, to be honest. I was wondering if Void Wakers is straight up better. Than Burning Claws. It might be. Because 100% accuracy is a big deal. Guaranteed like a 75. It's kind of sick. "24 seconds per burn? That's a long time." We'll just switch to Void Waker. Bring it back. Never tell which one's better. Max burn versus 100% accuracy. $75 divided by 2.4. It is a number. Oh. I thought if I just clicked one tick later, it would have been fine. Guess not. Because I knew it was one tile back. Okay. Lesson learned. Like, oh, I'm one tile back. I'll just wait for that to be one tile forward. That's not how that works. That is not how that works. Yeah, I think just clicking the tile it normally is at. What the? No, I lost a tick. I think I got chanced there. You only get uniques from contracts? Yeah, you can get uniques. You can't get normal loot. You do get the contract back. You can get dossiers and forgotten lockboxes and oak plate shards too. The oak plate shards, of course, make a big difference in the GP. guess the Bloodied Blows buff applies after everything else, yeah. A little unfortunate. Should avoid Waker there, or whatever. I think I like Burning Claws more. The burn is too good. The hell? What was that? Okay, it looks best. Ah, I gave him the Slinging slasher. I didn't optimize the burn there. Oh, I wasted that. Oh, I guess it didn't matter. Old. 377 now. Yo, how's it going, Yo Addy? Or is it Yachty? Considering you said yo, it's gotta be Yo Addy, right? 2 words. Is Reynolds the one who made the mage tank guide for Inferno? That is me. That is me. I'm gonna give you the early congratulations on the Inferno game. I've been in hell for a week. You're almost there. You got it. He's that guy. The same criminal. Let's mess that up. My spell's supposed to be taking 20 to 30 range damage. I mean, if you're just praying mage against blobs, yes. It happens every now and again. Is the rate high? No. The chance the blob hits you is like, if you have Augury, it's like 15% or something? I don't know. Less than 20. More than 13. If you don't have Augury, then I think the chance they hit you is like 18%. Depends on your gear too, of course. If you're using like the most budget setup and you're using Mystic Vigor, they'll hit you 22% of the time, I believe. If you're just praying mage, which is still not very, very high. Almost died there. Did not even notice I did not eat the Moonlight Antelope. I mean, just know, like, if you're brute forcing it, and you're just praying mage versus blobs, you are gonna get hit every now and again. And I guarantee you, you're gonna remember the instances you get hit way more than the instances you don't. This is how confirmation biases. It's like XCOM. People remember the 5% they miss, not the other 95% they hit. If you wanna not take damage, you're gonna, I'm sorry to say it, you're gonna have to learn the Inferno properly. Little one-tick alternating, you know? Or two-tick alternating. Oh. Thank you very much for the prime, by the way. Appreciate it. Well, I spent the first few days learning the mechs and came across your guide. That's the only thing I suck is the one-tick alternating. Yeah, I mean, that's like the hard part of the Inferno, to be fair, right? So. How come a burn wasn't applied on that claw spec? Burning claws is not guaranteed to proc the burn. It just so happens that in Bloody Blows, when you do proc the burn, it's the max burn every time with Bloody Blows. But it's not guaranteed to burn. The wiki has like a whole thing about all the burns. I'm guessing is... I don't know if Bloody Blows interacts weirdly with the burn. Yeah, something like that. You get a 4 burn. So I think it's still good, but... Mellow Mellow says, no, Mellow Mel says, appreciate the videos. First time catching a live, your vids helped me get Inferno and Quiver. Ooh, huge. Always warms me up when people say they got both. I'm like, yes, yes. Oi. I feel like you get one, you just want the other, right? You can't have Quiver and have a cheesecake, and then you can't have a cheesecake and be wearing that Missouri back. I mean, have a Infernal Cape and be wearing that Missouri backpack, you know? You gotta finish the job. You already beat one. All you gotta do is beat the other, right? Oh my god, I've always thought this looked like such a fun contract to melee. It is so fun. I hate doing Yama solo normally, but this makes it very fun. Get through phase 1 and 2 in like no time, and then you get to go to phase 3, which is already very fun. The waves for sure are very frustrating to learn melee. You kind of have to like learn to adapt your eyes to see exactly which wave is coming from where. It's really hard to tell one. I had a really hard time telling which wave was coming like left, right, center. But I got used to it over time. What the hell is going on? Am I lagging or something? Something's going on when I click the wrong. Maybe I just suck. So if the fireballs drop like this, I'll go for this mage hit. If they drop the other way, I'll switch and I'll go for an extra hit there. You have to click for the side waves, like the left and right waves. You have to click tick later. And you see here, I know I don't need to heal because I know the cycle very well. I can heal here. I like to be around as high as I can be below 15. Sometimes I have to heal here. Like this fireball, I know I can switch and get this melee in. It's nice. You don't have to do that, but I mean, if you're meleeing it, you gotta, right? You gotta squoze in those ticks. Kind of random, but what spec combo do you think is best for Vorkath GM speed? I'm guessing it's Void Waker still? I'm not sure, to be honest. So the contracts and trees drop rates at all? Not this one, no. This one is just, you get uniques, Oathplate shards, Forgotten Logboxes, and Dossiers at the exact same rate as normal kills, but obviously Bloodied Blows is much faster kills solo. I would go for a double fat BGS, yeah I did. I'm gonna go for it always in the beginning. I don't think it's I'm not sure if it is, maybe it's not. But in phase 2, I mean he's already 75%. Maybe it's probably worth phase 1 and phase 2 and not worth after that. That drag was intentional, by the way. That could have been a ticky moment. But he doesn't always melee. So I can hold down the brew and I can just let go if it is a melee. $1,000 Yama KC and I've never watched a contract kill. Yeah. I was like falling. I did like 100 regular Yama, and I was like, yeah, this sucks. Even learning melee, I was like, this gets boring very quickly. And then after like 200, I just couldn't stomach anymore. Here I am. So it's probably still worth BJSing here. Why is it so much faster? Because with Bloodied Blows, if you're 1 HP, your minimum hit is really high. It's almost your max. You see, like, every hit I do is like 64, right? Now, obviously, the trade-off is your 1 HP, so you can die anytime. But just don't die. Keep your HP above 0, and you're chilling. You know? The thing is, okay, one really important thing about Bloodied Blows is that you aren't guaranteed the max hit on Void Flares, so you need to purposely keep your HP low as well. If you don't do that, then you won't one-shot the Void Flares and you will die. Well, you won't necessarily die, but you're basically dead. Because you're 1 HP. So you have to tick the Void Flares, but that's kind of unrealistic. You can see I like to switch as I do that melee hit. I like to always go for this last melee hit after fireballs while I do my 8-way switch. I think it's easiest. Because then afterwards, you have a lot of time to do Void Flares and switch back. You don't even need to eat while you do that. Your Yama's on a different level. Take some practice, you know, a couple 100 mil of deaths. And you get there. Like, this is a good configuration here. If I don't mess it up, of course. I think I could agree to that, but it's fine. Oh my god. I'm old. Boomer switches. Stylish finish. Nice. This is one of the slower kills. Most kills aren't above 4 minutes. Most kills are around 340-ish. I've gotten... So there's a CA where is it? Speed Trialist. Defeat Yama in an average time of under 338 in your last 4 kills. I did that solo. I'm gonna give that as my biggest flex. I did that solo. I did not have any assistance on any of those 4 kills. I did all of that myself. When are you gonna go for the GM time? If I ever want to do this boss, not myself, I guess. I only like doing contracted kills, so I don't think I would ever finish the other ones. I don't plan on going for GM anyway, so I only do tasks for the content that I really enjoy. I don't enjoy duo Yama in the slightest. Or normal Yama, so I'm probably never touching that. If I'm down bad on points, I'll probably just go back to Doom and get them real quick. The Doom CAs look pretty chill. And Maggot King, I'll just do those. I haven't even done What's that quest called? Vampire, recently released, Dracon. Blue Moon Rises. I haven't even done Blood Moon Rises yet. Favorite content? Probably this right now. It's like really challenging to get good at. I'm still working, it's a work in progress, of course. Getting to like a very good clear rate. I used to stream a lot of Toa. I'm a little bit bored of Inferno, TBH. Even if I'm playing it like properly, it's a little bit more boring for me. I'm not really interested in going for like sub 45 or sub 40 or whatever. So I do still find Coliseum a little bit fun though. I think if Awakener Orbs didn't contribute a lot to the cost, I would probably be doing Awakened Vardovers a lot. I find Awakened Vardovers really fun too. You can go back when the crossbows come out? Yeah, I mean, of course, when a new meta development comes out, you bet your ass I'm gonna be there. I'm looking forward just to making, like, redoing all my guides with the new raids for crossbows in general. Dude, that thing is hiding under my... Stop hiding under my inventory, rats. Gotta zoom out, I guess, a little bit more. What drop are you going for? Going for Oath Plate Legs and the pet, Yama. So I might be here a while. Might be here a while. That's kind of the plan, though. I want to get cracked at this content. Oh shit, I did not mean to... I cannot count. You like Oath Plate Acquisition? Nah, not really. I think... So here's the thing. I'm not ready for Oath Plate Acquisition. One, obviously, I don't really know the mage method. Two, I don't want to mage Yama. That's boring as hell. Three, so if I were to learn it, I would try to learn a melee method. Does a melee method exist for Oath Plate Acquisition? No. which means I have to make one up and figure it out myself. Am I ready for that? Absolutely not. Hope that makes sense. I don't like mage. I think it's boring. And I am not ready to spend 700 mil learning how to melee in worm contracts and pineapples. Yeah. I think it would be insane content, though, to like learn how to melee oak plate, but to be honest, nobody wants to watch me die for 500 mil. Like a billion deaths, right? It's boring to watch me plank all day. It would be a sick video. It would be a sick video, though. Would anyone in their right mind melee oak plate acquisition? I don't think so. It would be sick though, because I'm imagining it to be like a super Zarpus with like the way it rags on the floors and everything. You would have to like literally spin circles around Yama because you're gonna run out of space, and then still have to drop them on the glyphs, right? Like, I assume it'd be very fun to figure out. But it takes a long time to get to phase 3 also. Am I ready for that? Whereas Bloodied blows, I'm there in an instant. Which is kind of nice. Oh shit, it's not done. Nope. Yeah, would also need a 90% completion rate while meleeing it to break to profit. Do I even have a 90% here? Not even know. Well, you're KCing this faster than solos? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, most bloodied blows are faster than regular solos. But getting this to the point where it's better than solos took a lot of days. What do you do with all these sigil pieces? What do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a Reddit post that I have 400 or 500 or whatever. Whenever I finish the pet, maybe it's like 3,000. And then we're gonna get that crazy Squidward meme where you have like the mom fish for 2 children looking at the deranged Squidward. I'm gonna make a Reddit post of it. That's all I'm gonna do with it. I'm just gonna look like a crazy man. That's the plan. Who else in the world has almost 400 purifying sigil middles specifically? Very few. Probably 0. Probably just me. And you know what's even better? You cannot buy these. I have the best untradeable collectible in the game. Gotta do all of them where you waste bank space, yeah. That's why I can only hold this one. Dude, the bank space creep is kind of crazy. Need more. Like, not really bank space creep. The better way to put it is amount of items coming into the game. You're the GOAT, bro. Thank you very much. Brother Reynolds, how many Bloodied KC we at so far? We're approaching 380 now. Is Yama the hardest boss? I would say he's pretty hard, yeah, depending on the contracts you're doing. I'd probably mark some tiles south of Yama to see if it's the wave center crossover, if it's left or mid. That's probably smart. That's probably smart. It's too late. I'm far gone. That would have been smart to do, but it's far gone. I'm already way too past the deep end. I've already done it without it. My plug-in egos has already taken over. You're doing this because it's faster than normal? That's crazy. Yeah, of course, of course. I think I said this last time, but it's crazy that you can reach chat during P3. Oh yeah, if I wasn't gonna stream this, I'm not gonna reach chat during P3. I'm willing to risk my life to reach chat. There's like 2 ticks, 3 ticks every now and again that you have some time to read. There's a few ticks. You figure it out, right? You figure out which ticks you're able to reach at. Like, I could reach at during Insanity Warden, for example, and stuff like that too. Although that one's probably a lot easier. Probably worth BJSing here. Definitely hard to see in the Moe, yeah. Imagine the guy who's been struggling on this for days. Comes on the stream, the guy's meleeing it. Guy's meleeing it, doing 8-way switches and reading chat. Hey. That's some goals right there. Alright. Think Raid 4 crossbow will affect ZCB? Yeah, I think it will. They occupy the same niche, which is... I mean, ZCB is still gonna hold a shit ton of value because the special attack is really good, right? But there are quite a few people who use ZCB as a replacement to Bofa. And for those people, I can't really see the new crossbow being weaker than ZCP, so it'll be better for them there. So ZCB will be relegated to just the special attack, which is a little bit sad, but to be fair, that's how it is already for most mains. Remember, needs unlimited ammo. It really does. It really needs to come in with the 2 ammo slots and free blessing that it was supposed to have. I feel like we got a little bit of false advertising with that. Oh. I could have snuck in this melee if I was faster with my switches, but alas, here I am. I always forget how dog shit I am until I watch one of the OGs play. Hey, I'm not an OG, alright? I'll have you know, I started this game in 2016 or 2017. Not that OG. I'll have you know, I never got my fire cape in the actual 2007. When I was a young lass, Chad scared the living shit out of me. And he's gone. What? Game. There you go. What are your thoughts on Solo Tob? I think you could cook up some pretty fire cheese. Cheese Solo Tob, I don't know about that. Solo Tob's kind of hard to cheese. I need more Aether runes. I think I put them in my bank. Over 9,000. Going on 2 years now? That's not too bad. I mean, don't you said you're working on you're working on Infernal Cape right now, right? Look, you're doing great. A lot of people have been playing this for 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, and they don't even touch the Inferno. You're doing fine. They don't even think about touching it. Double E just so I can miss every single Ember Light. It's messed up. Definitely have the skills to get to Solo Top. Yeah, I think I would actually be able to get a regular Solo Top within a pretty short amount of time. I've already made it to Zartus already, so. I don't think it would take me much. Oh my god, I never ate this. Eat the antelope. Okay. Yeah, I've already made it to Zarpus. I don't think it would take me much more. This is back when we had Bandos and no Blood Fury. And not infinite amount of supplies. At least comparatively, it's infinite supplies to what it used to be. GIM has 7 Soul KC, no Infernal Cape, waiting for IAC to make it easy as AF. Respect. I mean, you're gonna get it eventually, right? So it doesn't matter. Already grinding Doom. I love how, like, most of the tools to cheese Inferno, you just get all from Doom. You get the Confliction Gauntlets. Nyla still run this cider? Yeah. I have beaten Nylo already a few times, so I'm not too... what's the word? I'm, like, somewhat confident I could still beat it. Oh shit, this was a double beach. I assume IAG makes it a little bit easier, but not too much. Because you don't... I assume you're going to be using Blowpipe for a lot of it anyway, still. Blue Moon top and bottom. I don't think you would use Blue Moon for Mage Tank Inferno. It's not very tanky. Although you could definitely use the legs. Oh my god. No. Billions of ticks lost. We'll never financially recover. Oh, so-and-so the top camping. Yeah, I missed the message. Brought in like 10 switches, looked except chill. Huh. That sounds a little degenerate. Did they bring Blue Moon specifically so that they can have those switches, or is it like a budget run setup kind of thing? No, you're fine, you're fine. $324, nice. One of the faster ones. I think it was both. Budget, like a budget run where you can just be a degenerate and have like a billion supplies. Kind of respect that though. Good luck, Reynolds. Going to bed. See you, chat. Goodbye. Have a good night. Yo, Addy. Yoddy. And you have a rating guide for all contracts. If you want to follow like the ones that people normally use, I think Red Eye Jedi probably has some of the better guides for like Blorva and Radiant stuff. If you're looking for like a guide for like what I'm doing and like meleeing this guy, I don't think there is any. But you can always look up other things. I think Red Eye Jedi typically has some of the better guides for like Radiant stuff. I didn't use them, so I can't really say it. But I assume they're good. I used to use his guides for like Blorva back in the day. I think it's been a while since I died at this point. I'm on a roll. Oh my god. How did I fumble that? Somehow I couldn't even manage to eat my antelope and tea in the same tick. Yo, good luck on the grind. I got school now, so I don't have time for a repair up. R.I.P. Thank you for the good luck, though, and stopping by either way. Oh, did I not click special attack? No, tick's lost. Lost stick there. I'm a coward. What plugin shows last prayer when you switch prayers? What are you talking about? I actually don't know what you're talking about. For example, when you switch to Mage Spray? I don't know what you're talking about. The ranged one is shown in a light color. I don't really know, actually. Maybe just a prayer plugin? I didn't really mess with anything. Probably a resource pack, maybe. I'm using dark vanilla. Cool method you're doing. Thank you very much. I always want to try this contract with melee. It's really fun. I'm not sure if it's my resource pack though. Sorry, I never actually noticed that. To be honest, I never really noticed that. Instant inventory? I do use instant inventory, but I don't think... Oh my god, no, someone's really dangerous. Yeah, I do use instant inventory, but I don't think it does that. Did I lose a tick there? Might have lost a tick. What the hell am I doing? Oh, oops. Did not mean to click him here. No, it's been a while since I died. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it there. Thank you very much. Had a lot of viewers today on Twitch, but I think it's time for me to go to bed. We got quite a bit of kill count though. We started at like 360 something, I think, and now we're at 387. Not too many deaths either. I got my Quiver and Infernal Cape thanks to you guys. Congratulations. Glad to hear it. And both. Hey, you helped me get my Quiver. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome. But congratulations, of course, to any Quiver owners and Infernal owners and / or both. Have a good night, guys.